29 years old.
אשר מחלף מיאמי, شوطبي 12 160 استراحة الآن. 11 ساعة. قبل العدو. قطاع الطرق 11 ساعة. الطالب 2 سبيشل.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. I hope you're all having a good day today. First things first, you know the drill. Let's get the dice rolls out of the way. Now, just excuse me while I double check some things in the background here. Jade Loong picked tails, so give me 1 second here. And the music is really loud too. So let's turn it down. Hey Mika as well, thank you for the 29 months. Full green Jade Dragon, I know. Cool, okay, it's on caucuses today, so 3, 2, 1... And it is map number 1, and the team that picked the coin flip was Jade Loong with tails. Tails is number 2 on the dice roll. 3, 2, 1, go. And that means Jade Loong gets to pick their starting side. Let me set up the server in the background. Mission load. On extensions true. Mission. And that is Sochi versus Mod Doc 1. So how's everyone feeling? Let me turn off the dice roller. And welcome in. How is your weekend going? What have you been up to? This should be an exciting match, a lot of very recognizable names. Welcome in, Cert, it's good to see you. And welcome in everyone else. I hope that you are having a good time and getting ready for an exciting match today. Okay, I think that everything in the background is starting to look like it's set up the way that we want it to be. And everyone is getting set up. Make sure that my TAC view is connected as well. Talking Jade again. Hello, how you going? Hey Tamo, how are you? I hope you're having a good day. And it looks like Jade Long has selected red. You have been up for spinal surgery and you're not allowed to sit very long, so stop talking, start fighting. Well, if you have to stand up, then make sure you don't atrophy yourself. I'll try and get things hurried along as quick as I can. Okay. So here we have Jade Long. And it looks like in at the moment we have Shikra, XG, Carrot Hand, Daybreak, Dodo, and Overlord Dog, all spawned in on the red side. Meanwhile, for the 45th, at the moment we have West, Edits, and Retired Champion. You're doing great. How are you? I'm doing great too. I'm excited for some SATAC today. And a newcomer, we haven't seen one of these yet in the competition so far. JF17 Thunder making its debut appearance in the SATAC matches that I've cast at least. Complete with ECM pod. I'm very excited to see what the Thunder is going on. This is part of the reason as to why we have the 4 AMRAM limit as well, is to keep airframes like the JF17 in the running, as it can only carry a couple of SD10s. 4. That's okay, 4's all you need. So, here's a name we haven't seen just yet. Starry Fox 9 is flying for the 45th. And I'm very excited to see what Starry shows us. It's going to be very exciting. That's what I meant when I said that we've got some of the elite showing up here. As people start to put on their skins. And look at this livery, absolutely gorgeous. Wombat looking spectacular, frosting the notch. And with some of their victories, great liveries. Uh-oh, and one of them hasn't worked. Shoot. This is Sonic's F-16 skin. Let me see. Belonging to Sonic, so I'll see if I can fix that up while they're taking off. Meanwhile, Starry Fox 9. Got to give them a little bit of glazing here. He's got some red marks. Of course, of course. The missile... Oh, the missiles even have liveries as well. Okay. Well, what I might do is I might restart and see if I can fix up. This Wombat skin's working okay. So it's just Sonic. We're on the 45 teams today. We have Starry Fox 9, West, Edits, Wombat, Sonic, and Retired Champion. Meanwhile, on the Jade Loong team, we have Overload Dog, Dodo, Shikra, Carrot Hand, XG, and Daybreak. The new textures require game restart. It's the missing the reference skins. The unique ones worked. All right. I'll have to rejoin after takeoff just to see if I can fix up that skin. I'm being told that retired champion is Tor Savior. Having to do a lot of admin in the background, so just excuse me while I take care of all that. But yes, it looks like we have Tor Savior here. It looks like it's the base F-16. The latest update for Afghanistan is huge. Oh, I see, I see. I haven't tried out Afghanistan or Iraq either. I think there's a typo in the folder name. Okay, we'll see if they can send it over to me and I can fix it up on the takeoff. They added low-quality Pakistan with painted on lakes and everything? Ah. I'm excited to see what we get out of the JF-17 as well. Oh, that's weird. I have never seen odd on the wingtip. I didn't even know you could do that. Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go, go, go. Alright. So we should be seeing the first planes take off for Jade Loong. The big boys leading the way, the J-11s. It looks like I'm getting sent the skin that I need. Shikra taking off second. Meanwhile, on the blue side, Sonic and Savior are taking off. The ECM on the wing is very interesting, actually. I've never seen an F-16 do that. Like, genuinely, I have never seen an F-16 do that. Okay, so everyone is off the ground for one team, and the other is all taking off now. I'm going to switch you guys over to the TAC view while I just quickly reinstall this skin. But it looks like it's a standard separation out into 3 groups. Perfect, we are all set. Weird choice since missile economy. Well, he still has space for 4 AMRAAMs. So, he will be carrying the limit. Meanwhile, over on the red team, looks like we see Overload Dog, Shikra, Dodo, Carrot Han, and XG making their way. You put 3 pods on as a joke. Hey man, more ECM the better. And perfect. All right, everyone, cross your fingers. And it looks like everything's working now. And don't they look pretty? Absolutely tearing through the sky. Check this out. XG wearing his in-sky livery here. But yeah, let's find that F-16. It's Daybreak's F-16, and sure enough, I mean, it's not like he's costing himself a missile here, because he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 AMRAAMs and an AIM-9. So what he is really costing himself is a AIM-9 Sidewinder in exchange for the ECM pod, which can be swapped out for an extra fuel tank. So it makes sense. And the Thunder from down under, the JF-17, heading straight up the middle and looking gorgeous while it does it. Looks like Wombat and Edith are about to cross the threshold onto the line. Greetings from Wombat. I wonder if the skins stay on the missiles after they're launched. I didn't know that you could skin the missiles. The Snow Owl Squadron skins on the J11s look fantastic as well. Jade Loong is going to have to get a wriggle on and get themselves into the point with Wombat and Edits really pushing hard here. Starry Fox 9 on the far south. They don't stay. Oh, that's a shame. Never mind. But you know, we were talking about shiny liveries yesterday. Look at some of the chrome on all of this. They've got carbon fiber on the missile fins. You've got to be kidding me. Hey, look, weight reductions. $70 nautical miles plus a bit. The Vegan Mavs convert to AGM 65s. Oh, I see. This has to be some of my favorite liveries yet. Though it does look like Sonic may have ingested some FOD here. Meanwhile, we have the Southern group tearing along. J11's leading the way. ECM pods on the wingtips. So this is going to be a pretty ECM-heavy match. It looks like the JF-17 has ECM, the J11 has ECM, J11 has ECM, and Daybreak is bringing a pod as well, and the F-18s have their onboards as well. Though I don't see them get used too much. I think it was Carrot Hand is bringing extra Sparrows as well, which is an interesting choice. It's what I would do. I like having an extra Sparrow or two. But I'm not very good, so we shall see. Edits fires the first missile, an AIM-120 at 50 nautical miles, heading towards Shikra's JF-17 at 41,000 feet. This missile cruising comfortably up to 75,000 feet. Shikra, at the moment, uncertain. And that is probably being supported by the fact that Edits hasn't actually broken that hard. Edits is diving down and losing altitude here, but that AMRAAM is still very much in use. Dropping some countermeasures just to be sure. Looks like Shikra knows that they're in trouble now with this AIM-120 beginning its downward journey. I think the Seeker head may well have gone active here. You can see the contrails of its target just far off its nose. And it looks like this one might have actually changed targets to XG. Meanwhile, we have an SD-10 from Overlord Dog heading towards the Northern Group. Retired Champion, potentially the target for this one, unless it's going for Sonic. Two AIM-120s in the sky from West, and maybe Starry Fox 9. Has Starry launched? Yes, he has. And these are actually getting pretty close. We'll have to keep a close eye on where these missiles get to. Overlord Dog doesn't have one heading towards him, so we'll catch up with these missiles as they face down Dodo. This one especially at 62,000 feet, traveling 1,800 knots. Did Carrot Hand get caught out of position here? This missile is traveling really fast. but I don't see Carrot Han. Is it just gonna pass him? It's getting close. But no dice. Oh, bad luck. The Seeker Head doing you no favors there, losing it in the ground clutter. 10 nautical mile launches from Wombat. Looks like it's heading up towards the J11s, who's firing off SD10s. Looks like Daybreak may well have just crashed. A unfortunate disconnection there. SD10s going in both directions, west, firing towards Dodo. And Daybreak's going to have a particularly difficult time getting away from this missile, considering he can't move. Impact. Daybreak is gone. Starry Fox 9 defends against an SD10 here. West fires an AIM 120, and Overlord Dog fires a SD10 west. This missile getting down into the thick air. These SD10s are quite big, and they tend to lose speed at low altitudes quite quickly. It's a 5v6 at the moment, so Jade Loong is not knocked out of this just yet. Wombat looks like he's piggling up for a shot. Gets one of the missiles off the wings, and immediately starts defending. The 45th is an elite team, and so is Jade Loong. So these fights get particularly interesting as everyone has to contend with the difficulty of the terrain. This is going to be close. Well, you get unlucky with the disconnection, you get very lucky with the AIM 120 guidance. Looks like Starry has some AIM 120s to deal with himself here. Defending against these, turning ice cold against them. Missiles traveling in all directions. Wombat here with an SD-10 to contend with. Gonna have to notch it. Manages to spoof it. It goes past him. Starry Fox 9 now turning in hot. Dodo, the J11, is right on the front lines here, in close contact with an enemy right off his left-hand side. Dodo getting chased down here, absolutely surrounded by 3 separate members of the 45th. Retired Champion having to defend against an AIM 120 here. Trading AIM 120s between Carrot Han and Retired Champion. Wombat has an AIM 120 to deal with, while Dodo has one to go to as well. The 120 towards Wombat hits the terrain. Is Dodo going to get lucky twice? Not twice. Dodo goes down. Starry Fox 9 now with a point to prove as Wombat successfully dodges yet another SD-10. The SD-10's not doing anything at the moment. Starry Fox 9 defending against an R-27T. Spots the launch and dodges it. Launches an AIM-7 in response. SD-10s flying in all directions. Ultra close fighting here as AIM-9s start coming off the rails. XG and Retired Champion are about to merge. They're right next to each other. XG hits the dirt as Starry Fox 9 starts heading into the merge. Looks like XG might have lost something off their wing. Starry Fox 9 merging directly with a member of Jade Loong here, right behind the, oh god, merging directly with the JF-17 Thunder, who just scrapes across the ground. But you don't want Starry Fox 9 in this position, and AIM-9 goes off the wings, heading straight for the JF-17, manages to get it. Starry scores the kill, leaving Overlord Dog as the last one standing. Carrot Han also died while we were watching Starry. We'll check that one on the TAC view, and it's Overlord Dog who is leading the way here. And look at this. This is not what you want to be seeing. The only question now is who's going to chase him down first. There are so many jets behind him. Aim 9 coming in. And it splashes Overload Dog, securing the round for the members of 45th, who put on a comprehensive lesson here in combat aviation. Starry Fox 9 has the incredible ability to find themselves in dogfights no matter what. Let's have a look at how that progressed on the TAC view. The very first launches at long range, successfully getting defeated in all kinds of directions. And very unlucky for Daybreak here as well. That boy is stuck in time. But let's have a look at how many missiles Wombat managed to defend against. 1 SD-10 defended. 2 SD-10s defended. An AIM-120 defended. An SD-10 defended. 4 missiles, an entire combat load for an aircraft fighter Wombat, all of which get notched. These SD-10s just falling for everything. Sonic managing to notch this one by the skin of their teeth. I'm not entirely sure if something hit XG here or if that was a wing rip. That may well have had been a wing rip, or maybe he just touched a tree or something. Retired champion, either way, had an AIM-1 coming in. Let's see what Starry Fox 9... I was very stressed for Starry Fox 9. I thought that Starry Fox 9 was firing at Carrot Hand. But... is this another wing rip? Is this a wing rip from the F-18 as well? So both F-18s for Jade Loong experiencing a wing rip. Looks like Carrot Hand did that one while turning away from their AIM-120 launch. And Starry Fox 9 locking in on Shikra. Shikra getting way, way close to the ground there. And a handful of flares is not going to stop an AIM-9. So, in terms of kills, XG dies by wing rip, Daybreak dies by disconnection, Carrot Hand dies by wing rip, Shikra dies by an AIM-9 from Starry. But I have the feeling I'm missing something. Dodo gets splashed here. Who shot down Dodo? Was it from Wombat? Wombat fires that 120 and it actually has the range. What was that shot ranged at? 4 nautical miles. 3.5? 3.6 nautical miles. Okay, that's plenty of range for a AIM-120. And then Overload Dog just ends up with the entirety of their 45th all waiting for their chance. And the killer missile comes off edits. No flares, and it finds its way home. So, comprehensive, I think. So, Sonic leading the way, retired champion, West, Edits, and then Wombat and Starry Fox 9. No particular MVPs in that match, I think. I think that the entire group of the 45th did a good job there. I've never seen an F-16 with a tramp stamp before. But, you know, that's all good. G-override switch, maybe? Yeah. The one from XG was more confusing than the one that happened with the second F-18. The second F-18, I reckon he just pulled a funny roll there and got himself a bit stuck. What's your opinion on using the JF-17 if there's J11 with SD-10s? Some people would argue that the JF-17's radar is better. I know it used to be definitely better, but I think the JF-17's radar got nerfed a little bit, so it's not as good, though it does have a missile warning system, and it does get what I believe to be a pretty effective ECM pod, and is pretty good at high altitudes as well. Looks like we've got a free AIM-9 for someone lucky in the audience. You're super excited for your match tomorrow. Which team are you competing with, Luigi DCS? And thank you for the Prime subscription, Hitman47, and the follow, one named Marty. The JF-17 data link got nerfed aggressively. In what way, if you don't mind me asking? Sonic is in a rush to get home. He must need to go to the bathroom, I think. The last time I flew the JF-17, it was quite a long time ago, and I know that there have been updates and changes since. So, there was a period of time, I don't know if many people remember this, where I think the JF-17 had the best radar in DCS. Certainly in terms of range, but things have been improved a little bit with the F-16s and F-18s having their radars given a little bit of a boost. And with new airframes like the Strike Eagle giving a chance. Let's see. Yeah, take that, tree. The gas ain't gassing. Endurance says 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Sonic says that he has 84 pounds of fuel. Welcome in, Yuki, and thank you for your help, Hex. That actually was a huge help with the skin. We wouldn't have been able to figure that out otherwise. So, from 64,000 feet and with no fuel, Sonic is here to land. Wombat just ran out of fuel. You had the EPU fire, like what gas is it? It's some horrifying gas. And West is out of fuel. They're all out of fuel. It's hydrazine, isn't it? Is it hydrazine or is it something else? It's going to be a very quiet landing for Sonic. I'd like to say that I remembered that it was hydrazine before you guys told me. But there's a stream delay, okay? Okay? Was trapped in the cockpit for a while before they could clean it up. Yeah. That's why every time an F-16 crashes, the first thing they do is they're like, no one go near it. Don't go near it. Don't breathe the gas. You'll explode. And retired champion secures the win for the 45th. Eurofighter crashes are also rough. In what sense? West is out of fuel. Sonic's coming in. Not bad. Starry's got 500 pounds of fuel left. Glass fiber and carbon fiber plane. Oh, God. Don't touch it, or else you end up in the world's most painful splinter dimension. The struggles of trying to keep an F-18 on glide slope. It just doesn't want to go down. Oh boy. Alright, and Starry is in next. You have special boots to walk around on top. Ooh. Gotta wear your special Eurofighter shoes. Between everyone we've got in chat, we could probably set up a pretty decent aviation shot. And that looks like just about everyone is on the ground now. All right. So, I'll restart the server. We'll get ourselves ready for the next round. We'll be right back, guys. And get ready for round number 2. Welcome back, guys, as we get ready to start the second round. As we see the sides have been swapped. Meanwhile, Sonic, retired champion, Edits, Wombat, West, and Starry Fox 9 are on the lineup. Meanwhile, on the blue side, we have Overload Dog, Dodo, Shikra all started up. Can't get enough of those J11 liveries, they look so cool. Of course, one downside to the J11, as I know, because I know we were talking earlier about the J11. This is the PvP stuff. Yes, welcome in, Cami Aaron. The J11 compared to the JF17 is that the J11 is Ginormosaurus, biggest aeroplane ever, and the JF17 is just little. I wonder if the lack of R73s is deliberate. The Jade Loong Squadron. In a nice new blue paint job. Still electing to bring the extra sparrows. As the cans of spray paint have made their way onto the runway and everyone's got their planes painted now. That's interesting. Here we have an example of two different ways of doing things. Do you like to have your AIM 120s on the inner pylons or the outer pylons? I wonder if it makes much of a difference. I'm nice and blue? Oh, thanks. And West has decided that he would like to face West, which I guess makes sense. Ooh, yucky loadout alert. Don't like it. The lopsided Hornet. Always makes my soul hurt. The inner pylons require less trim? Yeah. But I wonder if there's anything beyond that. Look at the size difference between the JF-17 and the J-11. It looks tiny. In terms of player flyable planes, I don't know if this is still the case, but it used to be. The JF-17 has the lowest radar cross-section. That's an interesting choice, actually, on that J11. Dodo electing to bring R27ERs as opposed to the T models, so the radar-guided ones, as opposed to the T model infrared guidance. Though I can understand why. Against a team like the 45th, they're going to have their eyes open for any kind of missile trail. And we saw an R27T get launched at Starry that didn't connect because Starry saw it coming and flared his absolute guts out before it had a chance. That's the problem with the R27T, is that it is quite susceptible to flaring. And 27 ERs for the other J11 as well, so they've completely gone off the T model. XG is sticking with their loadout. Wouldn't be a Hornet without the noise. No 73s either? Let's have a look. That is strange. I can't think of any reason why you wouldn't bring them, because it's not like you can take the pylon off. And would the drag difference be that massive? I would argue if you're going to leave any missiles behind, you'd leave behind the 27s. But maybe it's a case of every little bit of weight counts, or those missiles are just getting rearmed now. And Retired Champion has their has theirs on the outer pylons as well. So clearly a bit of a split opinion. on where to put the 120s on the F-18s. Okay. Get set. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go, go, go. And looking good as the last two members of the 45th follow on with their comrades. Careful wake turbulence. And everyone's safely off the ground on the red team. Meanwhile, over on the blues, Carahan and XG are taking off. And the two J11s start rolling down the runway. The leftmost one has not brought its R73s. We'll have to ask about that in the interviews, because I'm curious. So let's do a quick poll. See who you guys are supporting for this round. As everyone separates out in their respective directions, looks like it's largely similar to what we had in the round before. Sonic and Retired Champion heading up to the south side. Not their biggest fan, but you think 45th will win again? I know if we were to... Because there are streams running on Bilibili at the same time, and I know that they're going to be enthusiastically cheering on Jade Loong as well, so... It's a truly international match. I think that we have representatives from all corners of the world here. Maybe the 73 is useless against players? Not really. And of course I have spelt round in the traditional Australian way with two N's. It's not that I made a spelling mistake, it's a cultural difference. Looks like the 45th are going to push just as aggressively as they did last time. No wonder they all came back with no fuel. They flew all the way over to the enemy side of the circle in full burner. Everyone's still a fair way away from each other, but Wombat is about to enter the circle. That invisible line behind which all SATAC happens. Is this China versus Japan? The 45th is an international team. They have people from all over the world. I know that if I look at, is it West? It's a Scottish flag, isn't it? Looks like Daybreak is unfortunately disconnected as well. But wheels off the ground means that's a dead aeroplane. Chinese weebs versus weebs. Okay, well, you'll probably know better than me. I don't know a lot about Jade Loong. I know a lot about the pilots in Jade Loong, but I don't know about the team. I don't know how long it's been around. China versus mainly USA, yes. I think Starry Fox may be the only specifically Japanese member. The battle area is contested. Let's get some more exciting music for this match, I think. Let's see. We'll do... Looks like the 45th are the favourite for this one, with 73% of the vote, but that's not all of them. Let's see. Current separation is 60 nautical. I reckon Wombat will try for a shot as soon as he can. No launches just yet. Sonic is actually going defensive quite aggressively here. Anticipating a shot that may not have been fired. But Wombat peels up for the first AIM 120 shot and immediately starts diving down as an SD-10 comes off the rails in response. So, at the moment, Dodo's fired an SD-10. Looks like it might be a retired champion. Wombat has fired an AIM 120 at XG, but everyone's defending pretty hard already. So these missiles are going to have their work cut out for them. And that AIM 120 is largely trashed. This SD-10, with a long way to go, but still travelling at 2,100 knots. Retired champions gonna have to think about this one and get away from it. Seems to be happy just cruising at the moment. And that's the moment you realise the seeker head's gone active. Starry fires an AIM 120 towards Overload Dog, who's fired an SD10 that doesn't look like it has track on anything. This SD10 looks like it's lost track of Retired Champion. And craters the terrain. No splash. Meanwhile, Dodo fires on Sonic at 9 nautical miles. This missile, with a lot of potential, Sonic may have been caught out of position here. You can see him just over the right-hand side of the missile. Sonic defending. That missile gets notched, unbelievably. Now Dodo has to deal with the AIM 120 that was fired in response. Looks like he might have beaten it. Yes, he has. Close shots, but no hits. R-27s and SD-10s flying through the sky at the moment. As Overload Dog fires another SD-10. He's at 40,000 feet above Viper, firing these SD-10s at long range. This missile looking for a member of the 45th. And it gets notched. Meanwhile, the SD-10 fired towards Retired Champion. It's looking for him. But loses him in the notch. Sonic is pushing hard towards Dodo. They're going to face off against each other. Spots Dodo. Manages to get an AIM 120 off. Dodo is going to have to notch this somehow, but doesn't. Impacts the terrain, and Sonic manages to score the first kill of the match. Chasing down Dodo into the terrain. Carrot Han and West trading 120s at about 12 nautical miles, so neither of those hugely lethal. SD-10s fired at 8 nautical miles, but this one is going the wrong way. Doesn't get a lock on Retired Champion. XG and Shikra passing within centimeters of each other as they vigorously defend this onslaught of AIM 120s launched in response. Karahan launches an AIM 7, but it immediately loses track. Overload Dog still at 37,000 feet, but with one SD-10, one R-77 rather, coming off the rails here. But this AIM 120 is coming up to meet him. Does he have the speed to get away? It's going to be so close. Ooh, and Overload Dog's R-77 made to take out Retired Champion, and there's huge merge going on here. Missiles in all directions. As XG merges closely and takes out another member of the 45th. Sorry about the camera fumble. XG now merged in all directions. Fires another one, manages to splash another target. Unbelievably, there are planes going down everywhere. XG is merged with 2 people. Wombat chasing down XG. Missile comes off the rails. XG flares it, but it doesn't work. XG gets taken down. Shikra in the JF-17 now, surrounded, the last remaining player, and West is on his tail. And Shikra, with an SD-10 and 2 PL-5s, fires the SD-10, super close range. Flares going out everywhere. It manages to get notched unbelievably. Shikra fires the PL5. More flares come out. The PL5 goes for the flares. Huge merge. Help is going to have to come as Shikra pulls out in front. Forcing to dispense countermeasures. He's surrounded by baddies. With one straight off his nose. And he's getting close to the ground. Impact. That's a maneuver kill in the biggest way. As Red takes control of the battle area. With West and Wombat, the two remaining survivors. Though someone is broken. Starry Fox 9 has managed to explode his plane. Starry Fox 9 says that he got shot by SPAA. An SPAA called Tree. There is no AAA, but there are trees. Meanwhile, West and Wombat have the fairly long way to go home, so we'll see what happens with Starry. Well, I wouldn't know if trees were real. But let's have a look at what happened. When did Starry Fox 9 lose his plane? That will do it. He went for the guns on Chakra and flapped himself into a tree. But Starry also managing to get an AIM 7 kill, unbelievably. I don't know when it happened. Where is it? Where does this aim 7 go? Just looks like it disappears. What was really impressive was how long Dodo was allowed to... Well, it wasn't Dodo, rather. The other J11 Overload Dog managing to stay at altitude for quite some time here. While we were watching the merge down there, we saw Overload Dog turn down here and fire an R-77, which did impact, but when did that happen? There it goes. This R-77 came off the wings, and who was it going for? Retired Champion was the unlucky winner of this R-77. And then it all just got a little bit strange down here. XG managing to find themselves behind Sonic and taking them out. And then the oh, whoa, hello. I haven't seen this in a little while. So XG turns towards Wombat. Wombat fires an AIM 120. XG fires a 120, they seek onto each other, and they take each other out. So XG manages to pull the missile self-defense maneuver. Unbelievable. And then Wombat managing to get behind XG. The AIM-9 not going for the flares, leaving Shikra. One thing I completely failed to notice was that West brought a targeting pod. "63,000 feet with 27 nautical miles to go." Welcome in, Lukovic. While we're watching them fly back home, don't forget to interact with the links that you've seen in chat for SATAC, by the way. All useful links. And if you like my content, you can hit the follow button down below. Join in on my Discord, follow me on Twitter. Subscribe to my YouTube. And Blue Sky and all the rest, you know the drill. And here we see Starry Fox 9 landed, but I don't know where he is. Meanwhile, West is starting a speedy descent. And a nice and clean landing for West, it looks like. And that secures round 2 for the 45th. Okay, just waiting on Wombat to land now. We'll see if anyone wants to come and yap with me. Hello, is that Starry Fox 9 and edits from
Yes,
the 45th?
That is.
How are you guys going? How are you feeling after that match? And
We're
West
good.
as well.
Yeah, West Sears Wolf.
I don't know, it's bad. I think I broke my leg when I ditched it to the ground.
Yeah, what happened? Did you just clip a tree? I saw on the tac view that you tried to gun the JF-17
Yeah.
and hit something.
Absolutely clipped my wing to the tree. That is the absolutely latest SPAA in the game.
Well, that was a good fight all around. Jade Loong is quite a capable team, plenty of recognizable names on it. Did you know what you were getting into? Did you know much about this team? Did you do specific preparations for this fight with Jade Loong?
Well, we knew, like, roughly what they were going to do, you know. We actually thought quite different. We thought they would take 15Cs and do, like, the high fast strat, you know. But that obviously didn't turn out, and they took J11s, so that caught us off guard a little bit. But we roughly knew what they were going to do, so we were slightly prepared, but they did something different, so it was a challenge to have to adjust to that.
Absolutely. And it all seemed to work out the way that things were expected. The second round got a little bit messy, with a lot of mergers happening down low in a very, very concentrated area. Did you feel like you maintained situational awareness in that fight, or do you think it was just a matter of luck that you guys managed to see them first?
Wes, you got that. Because I wasn't alive during that. I died before the merges, so I...
Very sorry, has a dishes repeat.
Oh, I was just saying that right at the end of the second round, it got into a hell of a merge, and it seemed like everyone was behind everyone else. Was the situational awareness being maintained, or was it really just like, who's this, who's that, what's going on?
It was more we're spiking everyone, and AWACS was really unreliable because we're in the mountains, not much line of sight, and it really wasn't easy. Starry, luckily, did call out the final Jeff, which turned out to be behind me. I turned right away from him. Keeping SA was very hard.
Absolutely, yeah. And for the 45th, you guys are all veterans, in a way, of many competitions over the years. Do you guys feel like you're in it to win it this year, or is this just
We're trying our
casual?
best, yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, just we'll do as much as we can to win. As we know, SATAC, I mean, 40 teams, a lot of amazing teams in here, so I think it's going to be tough, but we'll try our hardest.
Absolutely. And I had one question I was going to ask. Is this your full usual lineup, or have you got mercenaries with you, or have you got... is there anyone not here today that would have otherwise been?
We did have a pilot not be able to make it, like, last second, maybe, like, 30 minutes before the match. So we did have to find some people, but this should be our usual lineup, something like this.
Absolutely. And happy with the plane choices? Going to stick with them?
Yeah. Hornets
No
and
worries,
Vipers, I will be taking.
Fantastic. All right,
Yep.
well, I did send out an invite to the guys from Jade Loong, but it doesn't look like they're available just yet. So that may be where we draw a line under it. I want to say thank you very much for all of you guys for being here and competing for us. Hope that you enjoyed it very much, and I look forward to the matches to come. If you have any shout-outs or anything you'd like to say to the audience while we've got them, please go ahead.
I would like to say thank you to you, Airshow, for sticking in with all the liveries issues.
Oh, that's okay. One of my moderators, Hex, knows a lot about liveries, and I sent him over the descriptions.lua files of the skins that weren't working, and we figured out that it was referencing an old version of the base skin. But
Yeah.
good thing, too, because we got you guys looking all gorgeous, and it's my pleasure.
Thanks for streaming. Really appreciate it.
Yeah. And then thank you to everyone watching. Hope it was a good match.
Absolutely. I think it was. All right, guys, I'll leave you there.
All right, see ya.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, guys.
All right, guys. Well, that wraps it up for today. There was going to be another match today between... Let me double check so I get it right. The 104th and the 36th Stormer Virtuali and Sega 101, but that has been rescheduled to March the 15th on Saturday. So maybe I'll cast that one then. Tomorrow there'll be 2 matches. The 179th Dogs facing off against ACR and GVAW, which should be good. A USA team facing off against Thailand and Indonesia at 1300, the same time that we went live today. And then, after that, cast by 81 Banana, who I will give a shout out now, will be casting at 1800 Zulu, ETF facing off against the 367 MTSO, Russia, South America, and Spain facing off against the international team of ETF, which you really should watch because it will be fantastic. Dead Axis, thank you very much for the Prime subscription and the follow. Thank you for all the support that you guys have given me. We're going to draw a line under it for today, and I will join you back tomorrow for the matches to come. Thank you very much, everyone, and please take good care.